Dictation starts in 3, 2, 1, start. Mr. Chairman, I wish to raise an important matter concerning the distribution of food grains and other essential commodities. The availability of these commodities is not enough by itself. They must reach the people for whom they are intended, and the system through which they are supplied must be properly supervised. If there is a failure at any stage, the common man is ultimately required to bear the burden. The central government allocates certain quantities of essential commodities to the states, but difficulties sometimes arise in lifting, transporting, and distributing these supplies. It is therefore necessary to have an effective system of monitoring. The department concerned should obtain regular information regarding the quantity supplied, the quantity lifted, and the quantity actually distributed through the public distribution system. Such information should be examined carefully so that shortages and delays can be identified at an early stage. Fair price shops have an important role in this arrangement. They are intended to make essential commodities available to ordinary consumers at reasonable prices. However, merely opening a shop does not ensure that the people will receive the benefit. There must be regular supplies, proper records, and adequate supervision. The government should also pay special attention to remote, tribal, and difficult areas where transport facilities are limited and where the people may have fewer alternatives if supplies do not arrive on time. There have been occasions when instructions issued by the central government have not produced the desired result at the state level. This shows that communication alone is not sufficient. There should be a system under which responsibility is clearly fixed. When a quantity of food grains is allocated to a state, the authority should be able to determine where the stock has gone, when it was moved, and whether it reached the intended centers. Without such arrangements, it becomes difficult to decide whether a failure has occurred. Another matter is the price at which essential commodities are sold. The object of the public distribution system is to protect consumers, particularly those whose incomes are limited. At the same time, the government has to consider the cost of procurement, storage, transport, and distribution. A balance must therefore be maintained between the interests of consumers and the financial requirements of the system. If prices are kept artificially low without considering the cost involved, the burden may fall upon public finances. Storage facilities also deserve attention. Food grains must be stored in suitable conditions so that avoidable losses do not occur. Better storage can reduce wastage and help government maintain supplies during periods of difficulty. Transport arrangements should be coordinated with storage facilities because a storage in one region cannot be corrected effectively if the movement of stocks is delayed. I would also suggest that the authorities should make greater use of reliable records and regular inspections. Complaints received from consumers should not be ignored. They should be examined promptly and where necessary, corrective action should follow. A public system can function effectively only when people have confidence that their complaints will receive proper consideration. The problem is not merely one of supplying commodities, it is also a question of administration, coordination, and responsibility. The central and state authorities must work together. Instructions should be clear, records should be maintained, and results should be reviewed from time to time. If any state or district is unable to lift its full allocation, the reasons should be examined rather than allowing the matter to remain unresolved. Finally, I wish to say that the success of the public distribution system should be judged by the benefit received by the ordinary citizen. The government should ensure that commodities allocated for the people actually reach them in adequate quantity and at the intended price. Proper monitoring, efficient transport, sufficient storage, and responsible administration can make the system more effective. I hope that the government will examine these suggestions and take the necessary steps to strengthen the distribution arrangements throughout the country. There should also be an arrangement for checking the quantity and quality of stocks at regular intervals. Inspections should not be confined to the office records. The authorities should verify the position at the distribution points and compare the actual stock with the records maintained by the concerned agencies. Where discrepancies are found, the reasons should be established and responsibility should be fixed. It is equally important that information about supplies should reach the public. Consumers should know the days on which commodities are expected to be available and the conditions under which they can obtain them. Clear information can reduce unnecessary confusion and can also help the authorities identify genuine shortages. The system should serve the people in a manner which is simple, transparent, and dependable. Okay, now these are some shortcuts that I'm going to tell you from the passage just dictated. Essential commodities, essential एस ले रही हूँ, disjoint commodities कम का डॉट मैंने omit किया है. Then transport, I'm omitting P, just TR circle R. This is transport, आधा R है. And then transported, R पूरा लेके did. And then transporting, transport आधा R है, ING. And transportation is transport लिख के station. नाउ सिस्टम को आसान बनाने के लिए सिस बना के एम बना दीजिए. सर्कल के बाद वाला जो टी है दैट इज ओमिटेड. प्रोक्योर सारे फॉर्म्स लिख रही हूँ, PRKR प्रोक्योर. एंड प्रोक्योर्ड आप आधा कर सकते हो या कट लगा सकते हो अगर इजीली रिकॉग्नाइज करना है तो. प्रोक्योरिंग डॉट लगा देंगे. एंड प्रोक्योरमेंट में PR बड़ा करके मेंट. आर्टिफिशियल, आर्ट फी एंड शल. यहाँ आर्टिफिशियल मैंने इसलिए लिखा है बिकॉज मैं इसमें एक डॉट ऐड करूँगी आर्टिफिशियल ई के लिए. ये बहुत बार स्किप हो जाती है एंड फिर आर्टिफिशियल ई टाइप हो जाता है. दैट इज़ वाई इट इज़ सजेस्टेड टू पुट अ डॉट हमेशा. स्टोरेज फैसिलिटी, एस टी की लूप, स्टोर एज और फैसिलिटीज़ की कटिंग है एफ सर्कल. इंस्पेक्ट, इंस्पेक्टेड, इंस्पेक्टिंग, इंस्पेक्शन सारे आउटलाइंस सेम है बुक के अंदर जो कि सिर्फ यही है. इट इज़ ऑन द लाइन एंड इट इज़ अ कॉन्ट्रैक्शन, बट इसको अलग करने के लिए इंस्पेक्टेड में हम एक डॉट टिक लगाएंगे, इंस्पेक्टिंग में डॉट लगाएंगे और इंस्पेक्शन में मैं शन ऐड कर दूँगी. ये सब हमने अपनी तरफ से ऐड कर दिया टू मेक इट ईजी, रिकॉग्नाइज करने के लिए आसान होगा. एंड इंसेप्शन इज़ अ वर्ड, अगर आप इसको थ्रू कर दोगे ना तो क्लैश होगा. सो इंसेप्शन इज़ अ वर्ड जो थ्रू होके बनता है. दिस इज़ द वर्ड दैट इज़ वाई थ्रू द लाइन है. एंड दिस वन इज़ कॉन्ट्रैक्शन, दैट इज़ वाई हम उसको चेंज नहीं कर सकते एंड इट इज़ प्लेस्ड ऑन द लाइन. क्वांटिटी एंड क्वालिटी, क्वांटिटी क्वा एंड हाफ एंड टी. क्वालिटी में मैं लिखूंगी KL एंड T. इसमें क्वा नहीं बनता है, KL बनता है. ट्रांसपेरेंट, TRANSPRN आधा. ट्रांसपेरेंसी भी लिख देती हूँ, ट्रांसपेरेंट एन की हुक लेके C. दैट्स ऑल. ये थे आज के शॉर्टकट्स.